What's going on, guys? So I am here at Westy's Speed Shop. Currently has everything, well, for the most part, the stuff that's done is kind of tacked up here in place. It's fitting really nice. It's fitting a lot tighter than the previous cage. And this is an entire custom 10-point that's going to be installed here. What do you think?
I think there's a blizzard outside.
What the hell? Dude, it was just like, dude, I just got here and it was sunny. Like, again, PA weather. Look at this crap.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know if you guys can see that right now, but it's literally a blizzard outside. But other than that, what do you think about this cage?
I think this cage is kick ass. That's what I think of it.
Yeah, so like we had said before, I kept hitting my head right here, and now I'm about that far from it. So yeah, that's a lot more room, feel a lot safer, and yeah, the cage works, and it's a custom fit cage for the car, so it's like pretty much perfect. So right now, basically what he's gonna do is, you're gonna drop this hoop right here, because this is intact.
What I'm gonna do is, these are tacked together. So I'm gonna take this strap off, push this hoop backwards so I can tip this whole thing down, make this whole weld on both sides. Then we'll bring this back up, figure out what we're gonna do with the down bars. We're gonna wind up drilling holes in the floor so I can drop this down to weld the top of this, because we have it so tight, there's no room otherwise, and
yeah,
we'll be able to weld that then.
So in order to get the underside of this hoop here,
Top side.
the underside, underneath.
I could have gotten the underside with it in position, but I was trying to make my life easier, and I may have further complicated it.
Alrighty, so Westy just finished up the halo and the down bars. We ended up dropping this, so basically it was easier to weld the top portion, because if this is pushed up against the ceiling, you can't get to this part, so that's why we did that. And now what we're gonna do is basically work on the floor plates for the main hoop that are gonna be right here. Here's the main hoop. It's kind of just laying here right now, but basically we're gonna put the floor plates right here. The main hoop will sit on it, but just kind of like these front floor plates here. But we're gonna drill holes in the car, because what that'll do is it will drop the entire cage down, or the main hoop for the most part, so you can weld the top edge, which you'll see in a little bit here, but what I'm talking about. But that's the only way you can really weld the top, unless you take the roof off the car, which is not happening. So yeah, that's another way to do it. Alright guys, so this is actually a new day. This isn't all being done in one day, as most of you guys are probably very well know. This has been pretty much a week, 2-week project here. As you guys know, a cage doesn't go in a day. So since yesterday, a big thing has happened. They are red. There we go. So that's what the cage is going to look like. That's the color. It actually is the exact same color as the car, Victory Red. We match the paint code. And next, we're going to do the main hoop. He's already tacking it. Oh no, actually you're welding it. A little bit of welding.
So once that's tacked in place and this joint is where it belongs, we'll yank those out and then push the bars down through the floor so that we can gain access to the top.
To the top, yep. Alrighty, so we got the main hoop down in these holes right here. I don't know if you can see, but they're touching the ground, so Westy is going to finish welding the top portion. Pretty much right here. He already welded under here and he's gonna finish around here. So now that it's down from the ceiling, got some room to work. Alrighty, so we've got the main hoop and the halo and the down bars all welded in place. Everything fits absolutely tight as can be for maximum headroom. As you can see, yeah, I can't even fit my finger through there. So we still have to fit the harness bar, and then we have to fit the 2 bars that go into the trunk, and then the 2 bars, the door bars that come down here and connect to the bottom here. So yeah, there's also gonna be kickers that come from here right to here on both sides of the main hoop. Alrighty, so now Westy is fitting the rear down bar, and as you can see, we're going to be doing sort of like an X brace instead of just straight back. So he's getting the right angle up there on the main hoop, and then trying to figure out the angle down there in the trunk. You can fit back there too. You can be real tall and still fit back there.
Yeah, well, you could put the seats in actually, and this is kind of like at Hershey Park. You have the bar that holds you in place.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of ride like this, and it's pretty safe.
It looks comfortable.
Yeah. And if you get in a crash, you lose your teeth.
Alrighty, so we got the spots for the floor plates sanded down, and here are the floor plates, trunk plates really, but Westy cut about a 2-inch portion of bar that's going to stick vertical, and then this trunk bar is going to connect to it at an angle. Instead of the bar connecting directly to this plate, we basically made a 2-inch bar that's going to connect to, because it's a lot easier to do, and it's going to be just as structural. So. Alrighty, so we got the rear trunk bar all welded in. Up there's welded, and all the way into the trunk. We still need to completely weld the floor plate. It's just tacked in right now, but we're gonna fit the other crossbar. Basically, it's gonna look like a big X. So it's gonna start in this corner here where the light is, and it's gonna come down, follow it, and then intersect right in the middle here like a big X, and then continue all the way to right here. The bar will come in like this. This about ends day 2, I think. I'm tired. It's very early and late at the same time. It's like 4:30 a.m. right now. So it is what day is it, Westy?
It's been agonizing. It's like day 75.
We'll just go with day 4. Everything is almost complete. The only bars that need to be fitted are the door bars. Westy managed to get all of the floor plates done and every bar welded to the floor plates that needed to be done, like the main hoop here, as you can see down below, the kicker bars off the main hoop, the down bars in the front, and it's kind of hard to see back here, but he also got the trunk plates done as well with the X bracing. So everything is welded in that needs to be at this time. So now we're basically going to fit the door bars, and he also added this rocker sill bar here. It's not needed for a 10-point, but if I would ever need to upgrade to a 12-point, this would be needed, so we might as well do them now. We're actually modifying, well, Westy's modifying the seat a little bit, because the door bar is a little too snug, so we have to take out some of the seat. And yeah, this is the kind of shit you gotta do when you do custom work. So you're probably wondering who this guy is. He was kind of lurking in the background there. This is Steve Fast. Yes, his last name is Fast. And he does have a fast car. He drives a 2017 Camaro SS. Is it currently stock?
Pretty much. Catch can and tinted windows, that's it.
That's right. The reason he's over here with us is because Andy did his catch can not too long ago, and he decided to swing in and check out the car, so it's cool. He has a YouTube channel called Hammer Down Motorsports. I will link it in my description, so you have to go check that out. He makes some pretty cool vids. So we got the door bar all fitted nicely with the seat, and now we're doing the harness fitting.
Yeah, we have to extract the fiberglass from my hand. It's stuck in there.
Poor baby.
Don't be trying to pull my fingerprints off that video either, YouTube. I know how you creeps think. How much his shoulder to the bar? How much lower is the bar? Not a whole lot.
The bar is probably, I would say like an inch maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
What about you're compressing my spine. Don't try this at home,
Folks.
the crazy shit we do at the shop when we're bored. So anyways, Westy has everything pretty much clamped down here, and he's going to begin welding, or at least tacking in. What are you going to tack in?
Tack in the door sill. And
the door sill.
in the seatbelt bar.
Okay, and the seatbelt bar.
As soon as I find the ever-elusive flashlight.
Westy's been losing his flashlight every single time I've been here, at least 4 times during that day.
I'm a professional flashlight
I told him
loser.
he needs to have a fucking rope around his neck like in jail, like when they carry their soap, so he never forgets his flashlight. But this is what he does. This is also why the cage isn't done, because he's fucking trying to find his flashlight all the time. Westy, you look like you've been working on this car for like 29 hours straight. The hair, it's just like, you're fucking going psycho.
Do I look like Sweet Pete? Did you ever see that dude?
No.
Marcus Lemonis, the prophet?
No.
No. That's why you don't know this shit.
Oh yeah.
What up, Marcus? I'll watch your ass.
Let's see what's behind door number 1. The door bar is cut perfectly, notched perfectly, thanks to Westy. So there it is. That's pretty much what it's going to look like. Well, one side. You just got to do the other side there. Just this side? All right. Because screw the passenger, right? Only 2 more bars remain to be welded. Just 2. Actually, 1.5. Because that one's halfway done.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is more like a quarter of the way done. You're going to jinx the situation. We got this much, we need this much, this much, this much. 1/4.
And then, of course, the door bar will go right there. All right, so as you guys heard Westy say, it is done. The cage is finished. The entire custom 10-point cage is done, obviously with the addition of the rocker bars down here. These were not needed, but they were put in anyways. I mean, the cars that need these are like faster cars than this, but if I would ever have to upgrade this cage to a 12-point or something like that, these would already be in here, so they were added in. We also decided to put an X brace in the back rather than having just 2 bars on both sides go straight into the trunk, because it's just stronger, so, and it looks, I think, badass with an X in the back there. And I mean, a lot of guys use the straight bars or the ones that kind of curve down because they want to retain the use of their rear seat, which I will not have anymore, so that's why I also decided to do an X brace. And then obviously the cage will be painted Victory Red to match the outside of the car. As you can see, the front here is already painted that color, and there's a better view of it right there. So the rest of this cage will be painted that color once we get the harnesses installed, as well as the window net that'll go up here. Even though it's already painted, we'll have to take some of that off, but once all of that's done, then we can really finish painting it, and all of the interior will go back in. A lot of you guys, I know, hated the looks of it. I don't really mind it, but there are certain races that I won't qualify for if I don't have an interior. So, yeah, carpet's going back in, center console's going back in, complete dash is going back in, all the plastic pieces along here. I might even put in the rear panels here where the wheel wells are, those plastic pieces. I'm not sure yet, but I might do that. The seats won't be in, so that'll all be exposed still, trunk, everything like that. And I know you guys are probably like, well, where's all the weight savings that you were talking about? Well, these wheels saved a lot of weight. Even though we installed a cage and that added some weight, it's a chromoly cage, so it's a lot lighter than a mild steel cage. So either way, I'll still be saving some weight, but the addition of the cage, not only for safety, the chassis itself will be a lot more rigid. It won't have as much flex in it, and it'll allow the suspension to work the way it's supposed to, especially with the addition of those rocker bars that we put on there as well. And I understand this cage took a long time to get done, but you have to understand it's a completely custom cage from scratch. It's not like just a regular welded cage that's already pre-fitted. It took a while to do this, but I'd rather have something done right and take a long time than to have something just completely crap and have it done immediately. But either way, this is absolutely the tightest fitting, best fitting 10-point cage I've seen. I looked on the internet at different cages, and some of them, well, first of all, there weren't a lot of options for 10-point cages in 5th gen Camaros. There were 6-point, there were, you know, smaller point cages basically for this, but couldn't find a 10-point. Could find 8 points, actually. I found an 8-point, which didn't look too bad, but could not find a 10-point. And that's what I need to run a basically faster than 10.0 quarter mile, which this car is going to do. This was all custom done, completely custom from the start of the bars. In fact, this here is what the bars look like, right here. This is what it started as. Cut it, bend it, shape it, whatever, notch it, put it in the car and weld it, and that's how it started. So this is not a kit at all. This is a completely custom done cage. So like I said, it fits extremely tight. I have no head clearance issues whatsoever. This is completely pushed up as far as it can go into the corner of the headliner. In fact, that main hoop is actually pushing the headliner up a little bit. Like there's an indentation in the headliner because it's so tight, which is good. You don't want it loose, you don't want it hanging down, you're gonna hit your head into it, not safe at all. So this has the most clearance I've seen in anything. In fact, you can still use your visors. Look, that visor goes down and that visor goes down. That's how tight that bar is right there. And all thanks to this guy, Westy. I'm not sure if you guys know him. Some of you guys do, have been watching and following this build, but if you're stopping in for the first time and seeing this, this is Westy. He owns Westy Speed Shop right here in Ephrata, Pennsylvania, which is across from actually Andy, Diablo Formula Racing. I'm sure you guys know him. So Westy does a lot of, well, pretty much all fabrication. He does all sorts of custom work. He can pretty much build you whatever you want.
Yeah, this is a custom cage for a 5th gen Camaro. I can build you a custom cage for anything really, and it doesn't have to be, you know, for a car. Metal fabrication needs here, you know, we have a lot of equipment. I can handle pretty much anything for whatever you can dream up. So I do a lot of cars, I do a lot of bikes. Whatever you can dream up, I can handle it. give me a call and I'll fix you up.
I'll link everything below so you can check him out. Westy's also going to be doing some more stuff for this car. Obviously, most of you know that it's pretty much becoming a drag car now. And we have a couple more ideas we want to do with the car, some custom fabrication work on the car. So stay tuned for all of that. If you have not yet followed me on all my social media, check it out below. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, all of it's down there. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.